Alita for going off on my sister after what she said. Update 2. Update 2. This is not an update I wanted or planned on making, but more has happened. This happened a month and a half ago. But first I do want to say we got the house we went to see in the last update. We were packing to move when this happened. I blocked those aunts, uncles and cousins who wouldn't get off my case and my sister Marie, and went NC like the earlier update said, but unfortunately, it didn't last long. Marie showed up at my place while my boyfriend was gone. I was outside doing some yard work for the last time before we moved, so I didn't let her inside, mostly because I wasn't sure what she wanted, but I also wasn't trying to let her inside mostly my place, as I didn't want her around me, let alone in my place, and her wreck it if she got mad because would have to pay for it. I asked what she wanted and she said, "Why are you making this such a big deal?" I asked. "For $35 to $40, it's not much to you. God, you make that in like what, 2 or 3 hours at your job? And you blow up and block me and the family members trying to get you to see reason." I looked at her and said, "This is your problem, Marie. Dad spoiled you so much. You don't even know what the real world is. God, you're so self-involved it's suffocating because you just have to suck the air out of every room you walk into. You think that 2 or 3 hours isn't a lot? Well, you're right. One thing, that's not a long time. However, it's a lot of work in just 1 hour, and I work 10 hours a day and work overtime. I have bills and responsibilities, something you don't know anything about. I have a life and things I want to do with it. And being a personal ATM for you is not on my bucket list. I've done my fair share for you." Marie responded with a scoff and said, "You're selfish. And you were heartless for turning you cheek when your sister needs help." Then it was my turn to scoff, and then I said, "Help? Yeah, maybe some fucking AA meetings and a rehab. But you wanting to get drunk so you can forget that you're 26, unemployed, live in a property your church owns, going nowhere in life, just stuck in the same life, is not needing help, that you being a lazy person who thinks a higher power is going to fix everything if you just pray hard enough." My sister got mad and lunged at me. At first I wasn't trying to hit her back, mostly because I wasn't trying to fight her, but also because I know she can't fight and I know how to fight. My mom made me take boxing lessons so I could defend myself if I ever was in a situation a lot of females find themselves in. Instead, at first I was trying to get her off of me, but she landed a punch to my jaw and I fought back. My boyfriend pulled in about 5 minutes after the fight started and immediately dragged my sister off me. He checked on me first, making sure I was okay. I had a busted lip and some minor scrapes and bumps. My sister was bleeding from her nose, mouth, and she had some bruises already forming. The cops were called by a neighbor who saw the fight. Luckily, the cameras at our place that were facing the outside where we were caught everything, even the part of me trying to get her off me without hurting her. The cops determined I acted in self-defense because I didn't hit her until she hit me in the jaw, after she had already me 3 times before she hit me in the jaw. The real decision came when the cop turned to me and asked if I wanted to press charges on Marie. I looked at my boyfriend and then to the cop, then to my sister. I knew she needed to finally face consequences to her action. But at the same time, she was my sister at one point. I cared about her like she was my sister, and everything I had done as a teenager for her came rushing back. All of it I did for her because I wanted us to be okay. My boyfriend could tell I was conflicted and pulled me aside and asked me what was holding me back. I told him I knew she needed to face her consequences. But it was hard to say yeah, charge my sister and put her in jail. My boyfriend said he knows that's his my sister, but what she did was wrong and she needs to face it. We went back and forth with me overthinking and him calming me down. Once I did calm down, I went back to the cop and looked at him with a straight face and say, "I want to press charges. It's about time. She learned her actions have consequences." The cop said it likely was not going to be a long sentence. If any jail time is even given, but she will at least get probation for a few years and a ton of community service hours. But it wasn't about the jail time for me, it was about finally making my sister pay for something she did. She did spend 2 weeks in jail waiting for her court hearing, and then got probation and community hours, like the police officer had said. None of the family members that were asking me to give her the money anyway have gotten hold of me, as they can, and I don't care if they're mad. Like I mentioned earlier, my boyfriend and I did get the house we spoke with the realtor about, and we have moved in and started settling in. We love this house, it's exactly what we wanted, and we are so happy. We have decided to wait for a bit on extending the family to just enjoy our new home together for a bit, which I honestly didn't mind at all. We have spent a lot of time buying furniture for our backyard, decorating our house and making it ours. Added to sibling Pitsky puppies Calypso and Rocky to the family, who also love our fenced-in backyard, and cuddling in our laps or chasing our friends around the bonfire in the backyard. I no longer feel the heavy weight of Marie and all the drama anymore, and best of all, my sister and NC family members don't know about this new place.